Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Breakfast and Business. If you're brand new to Breakfast and Business, the format is now 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to repurpose this content, share it all across social, and we hope that you do the same if you get value from what we're teaching. The idea of Breakfast and Business is that we come together Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. UK time, and I share with you either an idea that maybe you already knew and need reminding of putting into practice, or maybe it's something brand new that you're going to have to learn and then go and implement in your business. Either way, it's all about taking action. It's not about the information, it's about the implementation. So I want to get this out to as many people as possible. So please tag someone, hit the share button, pass this on to someone else, and whether that's on your wall, whether that's in a group, whether that's on your page, whether that's in an email newsletter, whether you text it or WhatsApp it, I don't mind, but don't keep this to yourself, because today we're going to be talking all about planning for Christmas. Now, it's actually quite late in the business world to be planning for Christmas, because a lot of people have already had their plans in place. When we look to larger organizations, they've already put their plan in place long before now, and they're already rolling this. So obviously we can learn a lot from them. Now, as we go through today, I really want you to get actively involved. I want you to ask questions. I want you to respond. And I want you to, as you come in, let me know whether you're live or on the replay, and also where you're tuning in from around the world. It's great for us to know who's here in the community so that we can get to know you, we can help you, and we can help to grow your business more proactively, specifically in your area. So let us know down in the chat, wherever you're watching, whatever channel you're on, let us know. We can see the comments and we'll try and answer any questions that you have as we go through. Now, we're talking about planning for Christmas. And that's going to be a really interesting one this year, because obviously we're in a slightly different situation here in the UK with another 4-week lockdown about to happen. People not being allowed to go to any shops unless they're essential shops like food and food style businesses. So what we really want to look at is a couple of key factors. We can't now rely on people turning up to the shops, because there's a number of factors coming into play this year that may never have been a real big consideration before, that even if we come out of lockdown at the beginning of December, people might still be anxious or nervous about going out into big crowds. They might be worried about the number of people who are going to be in the shops and being in that much close confines with that many people. And so you need to be thinking about the fact that people maybe aren't going to be turning up to physical location shops anymore. They're therefore going to be looking at the e-commerce world. They're going to be looking to plan and shop maybe even a little bit earlier than some people would. A lot of people already start planning and buying things for Christmas far ahead of December, so that won't change for those people. But the people who are used to going out and shopping in December may well actually be taking action and shopping online earlier than that. Another thing that's a consideration for this is that obviously in a time when people have been furloughed or laid off of work, they're going to be a little bit more careful about what they're spending, where they're spending. But the truth is, from the people we've spoken to and the trends that we've seen, people still proactively want to help local businesses. So if you're a local business and you're serving a community, then you need to step up into this space, and you need to make yourself available to those people who still want to support you. They want to be there and they want to help you through this tough time. They'd rather spend their money with you than go to any of these big giants, because they understand the importance of supporting those local stores through this time. Otherwise, they won't have them beyond this period. So I really want to encourage you, if you are a small business, to look at ways that you can connect with your community. As we head towards Christmas, small businesses need to make themselves available through e-commerce, because people still want to support those local businesses. They still want to shop local, but you need to give them the opportunity to do that. And if you don't, then you're going to miss out. So really want to encourage you to look at your website, look at your e-commerce solution. Maybe you need to pivot, maybe you need to change. We talked yesterday about pivoting for success and things that you might need to do to make yourself more available to your customers in this time when they might not be able to come directly to your business and your physical location. And we want to help you to understand the importance of that. We talked yesterday about hospitality businesses and how they might need to pivot and change to being takeaway led or ingredients led, because they have a different supply chain, and they can actually bridge a gap where retail might fall over under the pressure again during this lockdown period. Another thing to consider is don't leave things till the last minute. I've suggested that big businesses, big organizations have their plan in place for Christmas far beyond, like they're not waiting this late in the day. We're talking middle of the year, their plans are in place. They're already rolling some strategic advertising rolling up into the Christmas period. And that means a couple of really important considerations for you if you're a smaller business. Now, big businesses have got that big plan in place. They're already rolling it. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Maybe you've got some form of plan, but maybe you haven't started to action it yet. I want to encourage you to start putting that plan into action right now. Don't wait until December. Don't leave it right up until the last minute. People want to support local businesses. They want to shop local. They want to do good. They want to help keep that community alive, but you have to make it possible. Have a look at your website today. Can I purchase from you? Can I find out what's happening with your business during this time? Have you updated it? And have you made the options available to me as a consumer right now, that if I went to your website, I'd know what I can get from you, how to go about it, and you'd be reassuring me about what the procedure is during these interesting times where it's click and collect or delivery and things have all changed. Good morning, Mum. Good to see you coming in from the Isle of Wight. Bev coming in from Dorset. Richard Gordon coming in from Milton Keynes. Nice to see you in on the broadcast this morning live as well. Now, one of the reasons we need to have that plan in place and we need to be rolling that through is because as we go through this, these larger organizations that have had their plan in place for such a long time are also putting their strategic paid advertising into play. Now, a lot of small businesses think that they can just pump some money into paid advertising during the December period when people are shopping for Christmas, and that's going to be a really good investment and that's a good time to be doing that. But the reality is, as we come into late November, early December, the larger organizations are going to start mopping up the paid advertising space. And for those who don't do a lot of paid advertising, it might be new to you. It might be new news. Maybe you already know this, but a lot of paid advertising is done on a bidding type system. So you go up against other people who want to buy the same adverts as you or target the same audience as you. And those larger organizations, unfortunately, can flood the market with their adverts because they have larger budgets and they've pre-allocated that, they've planned ahead, and they can literally take up all of that advertising space. So where you think you might be able to gain access quickly and easily, you really need to plan ahead and you need to have stuff paid for and locked in so that you can make things happen. Now, this is another reason for building community, building trust, and really connecting with your customer base and your audience throughout the year and getting them to a place that doesn't just rely on paid advertising, that doesn't just rely on social media. Maybe it's an email list, maybe it's a phone number list, whatever way you've built that connection and that relationship with your customers to allow you to connect with them directly, even away from social media, even away from the paid advertising. Think about pushing down the route of referral marketing. If you've already got a customer base, can you get them to bring their friends, bring their customers, to introduce you to new people? People like Airbnb and Uber did an amazing job of this when they launched with the whole something for you, something for the other person when you were introducing people. And I'm not saying for a minute you have to copy that model, but think about why that works so well. If there's something in it for my friend when I recommend it, and there's something in it for me, I'm much more likely to recommend it. Obviously, there'll be raving fans about your business who will go and talk about you anyway, which hopefully you guys are doing, sharing, tagging, letting people know. But you need to tap into more than just those raving fans. You need to tap into your whole user base to see if you can get them to do that passing on, that sharing, that promoting of what you do, because they already have that trust equity that I talk about, that currency of trust with their friends, with their network, with their community, that will accelerate the speed at which people start to trust your business or brand. So people who already buy from you, how can you get them to talk about you to other people? I really want to encourage you today to start having those conversations with those customers and the people that you already serve. How can you get them to show up and to help you pass the message into their community? Maybe it's incentivized, maybe it's just asking, but you need to be proactive about this to make your advertising money go the furthest. You can sometimes reward those people rather than putting money into paid advertising. Maybe you put it on a results only only basis, where when you get a sale, that's when you do the reward. So you only have to pay out the marketing and advertising spend when you get a conversion. If you do paid advertising, basically you throw money up against the wall and hope that that advertising works and sticks. If you go down the referral marketing and incentivized route, then obviously that means when you get a conversion, that's the point at which you pay. So yes, you may have to pay out a little bit more per conversion, but you only have to do it when it actually works. So thinking about Christmas, you need to think about getting that plan in place. Now, this year, you can't obviously go back in time and plan any earlier, but I want you to take action from today. It might seem that it's quite a long way away still, but actually people are already shopping for Christmas. The big companies are already doing their marketing and their advertising. And I really want to encourage you to be really proactive in this time. Start with tapping into your audience that already exists. Maybe you run some viral competitions. You're going to put some stuff on social media and you're going to get people within your customer base to promote it. Now, one of the big things you can do here, because obviously a lot of the algorithms are picking up on these like and share type competitions, is you can put them up without the information all tagged to the post, and then you can promote it offline to your customer base. So, and by offline, I mean not on that social space. So you might have the marketing and the actual competition running on, for example, your Facebook page, and then you might email your list or send text messages to people with a link directly to it. The easier you make it for your customers to share that, to get involved in that promotion, that competition, the easier you make it, the more people are going to take action. If I can click a button in a WhatsApp or a text message, go to that post, and the message has told me all I've got to do is comment, share, tag a friend, whatever it is, I'm more likely to do it. The same as when we ask for reviews and testimonials. The easier you make it for people, the more likely you are to get them. So think about who you've already served, who have you done business with this year that you could go back to and either sell something to them, get them to introduce you to other people, or maybe you can just reconnect to remind them that you're there. Maybe it's just about keeping up that relationship. So for Christmas, it really is, as a small business, about being super proactive. It's about starting early, and it's about remembering those things like having that plan in place and being consistent throughout that time, reconnecting with your audience and reminding them and reassuring them that you are here for them through these challenging and interesting times that we're living through right now. Remember that the big companies are going to be putting their advertising spend into paid advertising, which is going to make it less competitive for you. So those people are going to have the biggest spend, which means it's going to be harder for you to get a position in that paid market as we come through into the Christmas period, which of course now, you know, once Halloween happens and Halloween comes off the shelves, we're already stocking for Christmas. So, you know, from walking into any stores, which is obviously less apparent because of the lockdowns and us not being able to go to non-essential stores, but straight after Halloween, end of October, they're already stocking Christmas stuff. In fact, even before we hit Halloween these days, the stock already in the stores. You see the big companies already planning that far ahead to make sure that the stock is available and that they're serving their customer base. And their customer base is also your customer base. So think about the crossover and how can you encourage people to shop local. There's lots of initiatives like Small Business Saturdays here in the UK and the Shop Local initiatives to encourage people to spend their money with local businesses, reminding them that it's not just profit going to big companies, but it's helping a business, a family business, to survive. So play on those things, make it very transparent about why you do what you do as a business, why you went into that, what you've done for the local community, the fact that you're still here and that you're going through the same things that they are, but you're a business there to serve the community. And think about all of these things as you head towards Christmas. I hope you guys have found this one useful. It's obviously something that, you know, it's a difficult conversation to have because we're living through a very challenging and interesting time, but I choose my words carefully when I'm talking about the current situation around the world economically, because it is interesting because it's something we haven't had to deal with in our lifetime. It is a challenge because I like to use that word because I believe that when you talk about a challenge, it brings out something in our human nature that we can rise to a challenge and that we can overcome it. I don't want to say it's difficult. I don't want to say it's bad, because those have connotations on how you approach those things and how you deal with them. So I want to look at it being interesting and being a challenge, and I want you guys to rise to this challenge. If you're part of my community, I want to help you. I want to support you. We've done a lot of outreach to small businesses to help them get into that e-commerce space much more cost effectively. We've actually encouraged some other web agencies to help businesses to get online quickly ahead of the second lockdown date on Thursday, and to start thinking about how you can do business even when your physical doors shut and people can't come to your location. Maybe you're a business that's only ever been online, in which case you should already be equipped for this. But if you're a physical location business, you need to be updating your website, making things available through e-commerce, tapping into your existing customer base and responding and reacting to their conversations that they're having online. Do social listening. Think about the things that you need to be doing to connect with them so that you can have that conversation and you can connect with them and serve them through this Christmas period. Make sure that you don't just wait until the last minute, that you are making yourself available to your customer base. If you're not, they can't buy from you. Make sure your website has updated information about what your current situation is, how people can buy, what they can buy, and also give them the opportunity to buy. If you don't have e-commerce on your website now, seriously go and look at it. Also look at other places that you can sell. So places like Facebook Marketplace, maybe you might even have an eBay shop or an Etsy or something like that. Look at all the different marketplaces to give yourself the most competitive advantage. Obviously, work within the rules and conditions of those platforms, but make sure that you're showing up for your community, for your audience, and make it super visible that you're available. Make sure you're tapping into things like Google My Business, a free resource which is there, right there in search, in maps, where people are already looking for solutions. They're already doing that search, and that point of search is the most likely time they are to spend money and to buy. So I encourage you, utilize Google My Business for your marketing. Make sure you're updating people with what's happening during this challenging and interesting time with your business. When are you available? How can they communicate? Where can they purchase? And make sure that you remember your website is your digital shop front. I really want to encourage you to invest into that. And that's whether you've got a site and you just need to invest time, or whether you don't have a site or you don't have e-commerce functionality and you need to do that. We're here to help guide you through that. If you need help, if you need support, please do reach out. You can find me as imTristanG across all the socials. Remember, Breakfast and Business is here to bring you ideas and to challenge you to push your business forward at 8 a.m. Monday through Saturday for 15 to 20 minutes at a time, just to push you in the right direction to grow and improve your business. But in between times, you can connect with me, drop me a message, PM, DM me, wherever on the platforms, drop a comment below the videos that are relevant, and just connect with me. I'm here to help you. It's Nomad 9 have put lots of offers and promotions in place to help people through these challenging and interesting times, because we want to see those businesses not just survive, but thrive throughout this period. So if you need help, if you want to ask any questions, if you're not sure about anything, then please do reach out. Like I said, I'm imTristanG across all the socials. Comment on the videos, drop me a private message. We're here to help you. If you really wanted to connect with me, you can use my email as well, which is tg@itsnomad9.com. I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. But I want to encourage you today, start taking action for your Christmas plan. If you haven't already, think about how you can utilize your existing audience. Think about how you can serve people through your website, which is your digital shop front. And think about welcoming people into that shop. How can you embrace that community aspect? How can you make that experience the best experience you can possibly create within your digital space? Your website is your digital shop front. Let people know that you're still open. Let people know how to communicate, how to buy, how to be a part of your business as we go through into this Christmas period. That's it for another Breakfast and Business. I hope you found this one useful. If you have, hit the share button, tag a friend, let someone else know about this. We give it away for free Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m. All we do is we ask that you pass this on, help somebody else, and help us to help more businesses as we head into this Christmas period. Have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will catch you guys at 8 a.m. again tomorrow.